It is not a science, it is an art that we're trying to deploy to keep people safe in the airspace. And we're trying to be, we're trying to prevent the pressure that we now see building in the system. There's a very easy solution. Let's open the government up. A few points that we look at that are sending us in the wrong direction, right? So number one, loss of separation in the airspace. So that's the minimum distance we keep between aircraft to keep them safe. We've seen breaches, more breaches in regard to that loss of separation. We see more incursions on tarmacs throughout the country. And we have more complaints from pilots about stress from air traffic controllers and more complaints about the lack of responsiveness from controllers.
Texas Republican and Chairman of the Aviation Subcommittee, Congressman Troy Nehls, joins me. Good evening, sir.
Rather good to be with you. Thank you.
The stress must be insurmountable on these air traffic controllers. They're not getting paid, and of course they have to pay their bills like everybody else. If the worst happens, if there is an accident and it's due to air traffic control error, mistake from the stress, what's going to happen to the airline industry?
Well, I don't know if the people can feel they can trust it anymore. I don't know if the American people, you know, we've estimates of 1 billion people traveling. You got more people wanting to fly to go see grandma and grandpa for whether it's Thanksgiving or Christmas. So more people are flying. We have almost 50,000 flights daily here in the United States. And we have, you know, 29 million miles of airspace, 29 million miles. And how are we trying to keep the American people safe? By Chuck Schumer not paying the air traffic controllers? We're 2,500 short. So there's been a problem before the shutdown. We have 2,500 short of air traffic controllers. I mean, we're bleeding, quite honestly. And now these air traffic controllers are having to deal with the fact that they're working 6 days a week. It's very stressful, the quality of life issues that these individuals are faced, and now they're not getting paid. So you can blame Chuck Schumer for all of this. Shame on him. And God forbid we have an accident. You can blame Chuck Schumer for all of this.
And of course, as you notice, it was in a rough shape beforehand. They were using floppy disks in some of the terminal and some of the towers, even before we had this shutdown. Two things that I'm curious about is one is that we think of it in terms of passengers, these planes, but they have big cargo bins underneath, the big cargo holds. They're carrying, they're an important part of our economy and moving things around this country. So that's one impact I want to ask you about. The second is if they're going to increase separation between planes, and if there are fewer air traffic controllers, we have a robust private aircraft now. I mean, a lot of people have private planes. Is that going to be affected? Are those likely to be grounded or anything in order to make way for the commercial flights?
Well, I'm sure it's going to face. So you got they're called Part 121s. That's the commercial airliners, the Uniteds and the Deltas and the Southwest. And then you got different Part 135 and Part 91, which are these small private, like NetJets, for example. But you have to understand, they all fly in the same airspace. I mean, they're all way, way up there, 30-something, 40,000 feet. So this is going to affect them all. This is going to affect cargo. I tell you, the biggest challenge we're going to have, you know, the Republican Party, we put $12.5 billion into modernizing ATC, which stands for air traffic control. We put $12.5 billion into it, and some of those monies were to try to get individuals more interested in air traffic control, give the current air traffic controllers a raise, so we put some more meat on the sandwich, right? And this is going to be very, very difficult. I mean, Greta, if you had a son or a daughter that was interested in air traffic control, would you say, yeah, I think this is a good career to have because, you know, you can make some money. Now you're working very long hours. It's very stressful. But, oh, by the way, should we have a deranged, you know, Trump syndrome guy in the minority leader, which Chuck Schumer is, if he wants to shut down the government, you're not going to get paid. And so the uncertainty and the instability here for air traffic controllers, which has a direct impact on the American people. I sympathize with the people at the airports. When Sean Duffy and them were interviewing them up at DCA, they should pipe those interviews on the Senate floor and listen to the American people that are so frustrated because Chuck Schumer despises Donald Trump. He hates the man. And he doesn't care about not feeding people, the people on SNAP. He doesn't care about people sitting in the airport.
People think news just happens. It doesn't. It happens because there's someone there to capture the moment, to explain it and share it. That's my job. I go where news breaks and give you the facts. Join me for The Record on Newsmax.